It's interesting because as we talk about the three white men accused of killing Ahmaud Arbery, I'm hearing pundits suddenly say things like, you know, William Roddy Bryant should have turned state's evidence. He shouldn't even be charged in the case. And Goff, who acted silly for most of the trial, made a great closing argument that his guy just showed up and, you know, la. And it makes me, I get when trials are long and judges don't want to sequester juries, and who am I? I'm just somebody who's watching. I don't have a law degree. I wish I did. I do. But it makes me think that the juries are soaking all this in. You know, just like with Rittenhouse, when everyone was saying, oh, it's not guilty, there's no way, and this and that, they're soaking it all in. And don't miss me with the jurors take an oath and they're responsible. Jurors are people, okay? And stand-up people tell you that they're not going to do something, then they do it every day. Okay, that's just what happens. They go home, they turn on the TV, their wives talk to them, their husbands talk to them, their mothers call them, and they say, can you believe this? And that's what they do. They sample the room, okay? So, I don't know. That's part of what disgusted me yesterday, just part of it.
I mean, I've knew it was going to happen. You shouldn't be shocked, but then when you hear a defense attorney talking about a man who's not here any longer, talk about his dirty toenails, basically calling him an animal, because when you think about, when you see somebody with dirty toenails, you think about an animal, and she wanted to call this man an animal. You know, we got to stop saying that these killings of unarmed black men, we need to stop saying that, Sharon, because in the eyes of a lot of this country, and you know, parts of the country I'm talking about, the racists of this country, the people who fear us, our skin arms us every day. Black men are armed men just because of the color of their skin. Black women are armed women just because of the color of their skin. It scares certain white people more so than any knife, gun, bomb that may be out there, because they've been taught to fear us. And that is a big reason why we have so much racism in this country, because of fear. You can even hear it in political overtones when it comes to certain things that happen in this country, starting in 2015 and even long before that, when you're talking about people of color coming over here, that's going to be rapists and killers and what they're going to do to you or whatnot. They have a fear, and that is the reason why when we have these trials, Sharon, that they go there. They go back to this old, played out, racist ass, yes I said it, playbook that is sickening to me. And I don't know how to even explain it. I don't even know why I'm getting upset about it or why I get upset, because I expect it. And this lawyer, trying to do her job, basically, she just went there and she went way too far. Now, going there and just even alluding to something like that, this victim, and basically making him seem like he's a big boogeyman running through the street just wild and crazy, and that these three men just did their job to protect the community from these nice little people who are in the community coming home from church and little children playing out in the yard or whatnot, and these men should be heroes instead of being taken and put in jail for the rest of their lives. That's the type of rhetoric that I'm talking about. And Sharon, you know it's a trick, and you know why they use it, Sharon? You know why? Because they know it works. Because they know that the people who are listening, that are going to judge, that are going to sit and deliberate, they know that there are enough people in that room that will listen to that, and it will tap into a fear that they have, and it will work. That is the reason why they go there. Now, she went way too far. Anytime you even go there a little bit, it's way too far. But she went way over the top yesterday. But once again, it will work. And that's what scares you. That's the part that scares you. So let's stop saying people are unarmed when it comes to black people. We're not unarmed to a lot of people because of the color of our skin. We are armed and dangerous to them every single day that we walk outside.
Yeah, and it's one of the reasons why I say you cannot legislate against racism. They don't see us. You know, Ahmaud Arbery's mother, I guess it was her who said, wow, when the toenail filth was uttered. her cries don't ring true. I don't even know that they hear them. We're not capable of loving our children or being familial, which is why slaves were property, right? And when you took a son or a daughter or a husband and separated them, people slept good at night doing that. They don't see us. They just don't. And that continues today, well beyond slavery. And it strikes me that people like Miss Hogue, I think it is, uttering what she uttered, it's not fake fear. It's not fake fear. Okay? In Travis McMichael's pea-sized brain, fear lives of a man who has no gun and no socks on and just is running through the neighborhood. That scares him. And we didn't talk about the neighbors who took the stand, flurry of activity at the end of the case. Mr. Goff, I think, called them. I could be wrong. Okay, it could have been Gregory McMichael's attorney. But they took the stand, these Stepford wives. I'm not even sure I understand the definition of a Stepford wife, but that's what I pictured as it. And they looked uncomfortable and they looked fake and they said really stupid things about who was in the neighborhood and who deserved to be there and how their husbands were their protectors and they had to seek out this black man with tattoos. They said really stupid things. Right. They sounded stupid.
Yep.
And they were called to the stand to talk about this Facebook page that they created to root out this evil and this darkness, literally and figuratively, from their neighborhood. They didn't even understand how ignorant they sounded, right? Because this was their bubble of privilege. And some had Hispanic names, and it didn't matter. Okay, and of course we know that, you know, there's all kinds of cultures within, and there's white Hispanic, there's black Hispanic, there's all kinds of people, and sometimes it has nothing to do with color. It has everything to do with the mindset and what you're around and who you're married to and what you believe. Sure, well, what you believe. And so it just strikes me that we have all this swirling around and we don't really have a good solution to fix it, except you got to stop teaching this hate. But we're not allowed to even talk about the truth. So I say all that to say, I don't know.
You can't teach it.
I don't know what the verdict's going to be, and I don't know what the future holds.
Yeah, that's true, and that's the scary part about things. Could be open and shut about the whole thing, and then we got to wrap. But they see us. I'll push back a little bit, Sharon. They see us. They fear what they see. They think that what they see is less than, and they don't want us to rise up and to become as equal as them. So that is part of their fear, and people play into that fear to keep us sort of in our place and out of their neighborhoods, outside of their doors. Fear of us running down their street, jogging down their street, their streets that they pay for. Don't come in our neighborhood with that.